Welcome to One Brothas Mind, and I am KD Smooth. Today we will question and challenge popular information and views from a B1 perspective, while we expose the real facts you need. We do this to strengthen your logical, critical, and discerning thinking skills, because in today's world, hard choices are mandatory and they come with consequences. So you need all the information. And at One Brothas Mind, we do this from a B1 Yeshua the Christ followers perspective. Now, if you're not ready, you better get ready with KD Smooth at One Brothas Mind. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's KD Smooth here coming at you from One Brothas Mind. Got a quick live video I'm dropping. It's a response video. I saw a video in my YouTube feed earlier today that I listened to, and it caught my attention. It just grabbed me, y'all. And I've been planning on doing a video on this topic. I just hadn't done it yet, but I saw this as a new opportunity for me to do a video on this subject and maybe help some people out, help some of my white brothers and sisters out, white family out. Real quick, y'all. I don't know if y'all seen this video here from the Meet Kevin YouTube channel. He did a video, family, that he basically had an angry rant video in regards to the Home Depot story that came out, where they have released some, like a flyer or some information in regards to exposing races, or let's put it this way, exposing white privilege, communicating to white people various different scenarios of how they are privileged as opposed to black people or other people of color in America. It listed quite a few different examples. If you have not seen his video, go to Meet Kevin. Just type that in YouTube. And it's his video he put up today, March 23rd. I'm going to put the link in the description at the end of this video. Y'all, please go check it out. And especially if you have not seen it, go check it out, because my video here at One Brothas Mind is a response video to his video. So you may not clearly understand why I'm saying what I'm saying until you hear his video in its entirety. Okay, so again, this is a One Brothas Mind response video to Meet Kevin and his angry rant in regards to the Home Depot story that came out about Home Depot offering and pointing out examples of how white people have white privilege in various different situations that they may not be aware of. And his primary problem was, family, before I get into it, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe, share. We're a small channel here compared to Meet Kevin, but hey, everybody can learn something from just about anybody. So I'm trying to help this dude out here. So anyway, but Home Depot put out this report and information in regards to various examples of how white people benefit from white privilege, whereas other people, black people or other people of color, do not. Various different examples they gave. And his frustration that he expressed in his video, or his anger in regards to what he called this woke report from Home Depot. Uh, it's typical for most white people in America or even globally. So this response video, my One Brothas Mind response video to this issue is not just intended for Meet Kevin, but it's intended for all white people globally. Okay, I'm gonna try to help y'all out. All right, I know most of y'all ain't gonna really listen, but hey, it is what it is. But his main frustration that he expressed was, why do white people need to be told or reminded that there is white privilege? Okay, that it exists, and therefore made to feel bad or feel guilty. He kept expressing that. Okay, it's the same sentiment that, or in my opinion, it's the same sentiment that most conservatives are pushing now with the whole, made up, created boogeyman of so-called CRT being taught in schools. That's made up. That's fake. CRT is not taught in public school systems through high school. It's not taught there. It's only taught in collegiate programs. Just for your information, family. But a lot of conservatives have made this boogeyman out of thin air. Why? Because they want to accomplish something very specific that they had yet to accomplish. And that is, they want to eliminate as much, if not all, teaching of actual, factual history of white supremacy and racism in our American educational system. That's their goal. They don't want their kids to have to learn about what they did, their grandparents did, their great-grandparents did, and so on in America. Because if their kids never learn the truth, okay, by being educated about it in school, then they're going to be most likely in a position to continue it, because nobody's ever telling them or teaching them that there was anything wrong with what they have done or did in history or are still currently doing. Okay? So that's the whole push for the whole block of CRT, as well as here with, in my opinion, here with Meet Kevin. He couldn't hold it. His frustration and anger came out again. Go watch his video in its entirety so you can get the gist of that. Pause this video now, go check his out, and then come back and watch mine again, and it'll all make sense. Okay, I'm directing this response video to Meet Kevin, or his name is Kevin Pathrath. Okay, and I'm trying to help him out. One, because I'm a subscriber to Meet Kevin. I believe he does a great job with providing information in his areas of expertise, which is finance, investments, things of that nature. Okay. But as the old saying goes, it's best for people to stay in their lane. Okay. Because when people get outside their lane, things like this happen. Okay. It shows in a just unimaginable way. Okay. Now, I don't believe that Meet Kevin intended this error that he just made. Okay. But he just showed his whole ass on this one. He just showed his entire ass on this video. He exposed himself in so many ways, family, and I'm going to break this all down and try to help him as well as all my white family out there, okay? Those that will at least listen. All right. Ding, ding. School is in session. This is a teachable moment, y'all, and that's how I'm approaching it. All right. Again, his primary question was, what good does it do to point out white privilege to white people and make them feel guilty? He didn't deny that white privilege exists. He just said, what good is it? How does pointing out white privilege make black people richer? I believe is a direct quote from him. Okay? And Kevin, I'm about to break it down to you. All right. Number one, if white people never learn about white privilege, white supremacy, racism, and discrimination that they have done as a group, not individually, as a group, or it's never pointed out to white people, they're destined to repeat it. Okay? If you never learn and come to understand what has already been done historically, you're destined to repeat it, right? Because the status quo, as things are now, and pretty much before, is what's normal for most white people. So y'all don't know that there's anything wrong. Y'all don't see it. Y'all are in some ways blinded to what's, systematic white supremacy, white privilege, racism, and discrimination that is inflicted or has been inflicted by white people. Okay? Number two, if you never learn about it and it's never pointed out to you in regards to white privilege, white supremacy, racism, and discrimination that white people are doing to black people, okay, then you're going to continue to do it. Okay? If you're doing something and nobody ever says anything to you or points anything out and say, hey, what you're doing is causing some problems and here's what's happening, you're never going to stop doing what you're still currently doing. In fact, it may even get worse. Okay? So that's the two main reasons. Okay? Of why. Now, I'm going to give you a couple examples, Kevin, in regards to why your frustration in regards to this information put out from Home Depot is absolutely ridiculous. Okay? And this goes for all the white family. This from me, Katie Smooth here, One Brothas Mind, to you. All right. One example. Imagine if you lived your life and you decided very early on at a young age, you absolutely hated mirrors. Okay? You hated mirrors. You never wanted to see your reflection ever, right? But you're still going to live life and function and operate on a day-to-day basis like everybody else, except for using mirrors or looking into mirrors at your reflection. All right? Now, I know it sounds crazy, but follow me. So, Kevin, if you made that decision at a very early age and you're just living your daily life, then throughout pretty much every day in your life, there are going to be people that are going to come into your presence. They're going to see you. And at least visual things, they're going to point things out to you and say, hey, man, there's something wrong with your hair or something in your hair. Or, hey, Kevin, there's something wrong with your shirt or your pants or whatever the case may be. Okay? And again, they're pointing this out to you after you have already decided to never use mirrors again. Now, Kevin, you have two choices. This goes for white people too. You have two choices. Either you can receive that information as an attack that these people are hating on you, they just don't like you, you don't know why they saying these hurtful things to you. Sounds like they, just after you. They're jealous or whatever the case may be. You can receive this information from other people pointing out different things that, you need to fix or you may need to look at or adjust about yourself as an attack. That's one way to receive it, which is the way that most white people receive the information in regards to white privilege, white supremacy, racism, and discrimination, as well as the historical facts about it, including the ongoing continuation of it. This is how most white people receive this information, as an attack. The same way, Kevin, you would potentially receive it if you've never looked in a mirror or you stop looking in mirrors and people are going, hey man, your shirt's messed up, or hey man, your pants is messed up, or something on your shoulder, or whatever the case may be. So what's going to happen if you continue, or as you continue to receive the help that people are trying to point out to you and give to you as a personal attack, guess what? You're going to continue to walk around looking like boo-boo the fool. Whatever is wrong with you. All right? People are going to be laughing at you, looking at you, and they're going to treat you differently, especially if you clearly demonstrate to them that you are not going to respond to their helpful information and the things that they're pointing out to you in a wise manner. You're going to become the joke of the town, the butt of jokes. Okay? Get it? All right. The other way you can respond is, okay, maybe one person, two persons say something, all right, you can blow that off, whatever. But as the number of people who are pointing something out about you or about white people that's wrong increases, at some point, it's a demonstration of wisdom and intelligence for you, Kevin, or white people to say, wait a minute, hold up. All these people keep telling me that there's something in my hair or something on my face, whatever the case may be. Maybe I need to let me go at least check with somebody I trust and ask them, is there something in my hair or something? Let me make some adjustments. Let me go confirm. Is this true? Is there something really wrong with me? Is there something that I need to adjust or fix? Okay? Or, even better yet, go look in a damn mirror. But there's the key right there. Most white people do not want to be notified, informed, or reminded of their white privilege, white supremacy, racism, and discrimination against black people and other people of color. They want to be free to freely continue to do it and continue to do it, free from having to learn about it and it being put in their face, whether it be in the school system or any other context, because they don't have to think about it. Why is that? Because things are working out great for them, for most white people in America, and most white people that practice white supremacy. Things are going well for them. Why? Because they're doing it standing on the necks of black people. They've done it standing on the necks of black people. America was built on the blood and backs of free labor from black people, from slaves that they've never paid reparations for. So all this American wealth and all America's great and all that comes from the blood, sweat, and tears, and deaths or murders, rapes, robberies, you name it, of black people in America, black slaves. So, yeah, of course, they don't want to hear about it. Most of them that are really set and stuck on white supremacy, they're enjoying themselves. Okay? It's working for them. And then the other percentage of white people that don't want to hear about it, they just don't want to hear about it because they take it personally. It makes them feel guilty. Makes them feel bad, man. I hate hearing about this stuff, man. I didn't do it. I didn't own slaves. I don't practice white supremacy as far as I know. Uh-oh. Do I? If I do, in what ways do I maybe practice white supremacy, or at least take advantage of white privilege? Well, you will never know if nobody points it out to you and teaches it to you and you learn and understand. Get it? So if you never learn it, you don't want to learn it, you don't want to feel bad because you're taking it personally, which you shouldn't. Most white people, unless you are a white supremacist, still practicing, for them, take it personal. Bump y'all. But anyway, for the majority, for some white people, let me say that, they're not slave masters. They're not necessarily intentionally practicing white supremacy or discrimination, but there's a bias because there's a bias that most white Americans and most white people around the world have in regards to white supremacy, white privilege, racism, and discrimination. There's a bias that it's a part of y'all environment. Okay? It's literally a part of the environment that you grow up in, whether your parents were racist or white supremacists or not. There's levels to this game, okay? Those that grew up with white supremacist parents, they're at the max, the top level. But the rest of white people, in varying degrees, still have it unconsciously, at the very least, because it's a part of your whole existence, a part of your whole environment. That's where the whole term systematic racism or systematic white supremacy comes from. It means your environment is set on white supremacy autopilot, and you grow up in there. So to you, white family, meet Kevin, that is y'all norm. And if that is y'all norm, most of y'all can't see that there's a difference. There's a problem with your norm because that's what's normal to you. Until someone teaches you, shows you, breaks it down to you, and explains it to where you understand. Got it? Now, another example, quick example in regards to your guilty feeling, okay? And the whole idea, well, I didn't own slaves. I didn't do all this stuff. And the question that black people keep asking y'all is, why do y'all feel guilty? We get it. Y'all take it personal. White people are bad people. No, you shouldn't take it personal. I'll give you another quick example. Kevin, meet Kevin. If you decide to go to a business meeting tomorrow, right? And instead of driving, you decide it's a short walk from wherever you are. You decide, oh, it's a nice, beautiful spring day outside. I'm going to just walk to this meeting, just enjoy the outdoor air, right? And you take this walk, right? And on your way to this meeting, you walk past a little wooded area full of bushes and trees and stuff on your way to this meeting, right? And one of the reasons why you took this walk outdoors is because you woke up and your sinuses were completely clogged up. right? You had a stuffy nose, right? So you would say you want to try to get some fresh air, try to help your breathing, get some exercise, get your blood flowing and everything. Maybe your nose, your sinuses will open up, right? All right. So you go on this brief walk and you walk past this small little wooded area, nothing major, on your way to this meeting. And when you walk past this wooded area, without you knowing, right when you walk past, there was a skunk under a bush right there by the sidewalk. And when you walk past, you startled the skunk. And the skunk sprayed you in self-defense. Sprays your pants leg. Right? This is on your nice, good-looking suit. You looking nice. You got dressed for your meeting. You got your business attire on. You look good. But the skunk sprayed your pants leg. Heavily. Okay? But because your nose is stuffed up, your sinuses are stuffed up, you can't smell it. Right? So you continue to walk on, go to your business meeting. You start getting around people closer to your business meeting, and people are looking at you all crazy as you walk by. You're like, what's wrong with them? And you go on and you walk into the building, and the people are all in the building and right around your area. They're looking at you going, hey, man. What are you doing? Get out of here. You're like, what? What are you talking about? What's wrong? It's like, you stink. Get out of here. They're holding their nose. They're getting away from you. They're scattering. And you're like, what? What you mean I stink? Who are you? Right? That's what you would start to do if you take it personally. Who is you? Let me telling me I stink. I look good. What you talking about? Right? You can't smell it. Right? You didn't know. Right? But everybody around you like, I'm going to my meeting, man. Y'all tripping. Right? And security come, they eventually push you out and force you out of the building. Like, get out of here, you stink. Get away from here. And you're like, what are y'all talking about, man? How do I stink? Like, I know my nose was a little stuffy this morning, but I don't smell anything. What are y'all talking? You're like, you stink, man. It's all, just get away, go. Get away, right? Now, you could take this stuff personally, these reactions personally, and say, oh, these people, they just trying to stop me from getting to my meeting, or they hating on me. They just being mean to me. They just want to attack me. That's one way to respond. Meet Kevin, or white people. Or you can say, you know what? You can actually show that you have some wisdom and some intelligence and say, okay, wait a minute, y'all. It ain't just one or two people telling me I stink. Everybody's telling me I stink, and they all getting away from me. And maybe something's up. My nose is a little stuffy. Maybe something's up with me. I took a shower this morning, put on my fresh business suit, did everything. I got in the mirror. I looked at everything, checked. I was straight. My cologne was right. Well, so it's so bad. So many people are telling me I stink. Let me go somewhere and try to figure out what's going on, right? Or even better, let me go back home. You call, you cancel your meeting or postpone it. You go back home, you make your way back home, and you like, what the hell is going on? You still can't smell it. Your sinuses are completely clogged, right? Okay, so you decide, you know what? By showing intelligence and wisdom, you said, I don't know what it is, but I want to get back to this meeting that I postponed. Let me just change my clothes and take a fresh shower. This is stupid, but let me just do it not because you believe everybody right away, but it was enough people telling you that something was wrong with you. You stink. That something is going on. So you want to do your due diligence and exercise and show intelligence and say, okay, I'm going to change my clothes, and I'm going to put these clothes that I got on in a specific bag, because there may be something wrong with my cologne. I'm not going to use the same cologne I use. I'm not going to wear the same clothes, put the same clothes I had on back on. It was a nice suit. I love that suit. But I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to take a fresh shower. And after my fresh shower, I'm going to put on a fresh suit, my other suit that I love, and I'm going to use a completely different cologne. Check myself real good in the mirror. Make sure I'm good. Okay, this is crazy. I shouldn't have to do this, but I still don't believe him because I can't smell nothing, but my nose is stuffed up. Now, I done all this. I've made adjustments. I've made changes that I don't even fully understand or agree with. But everybody else is telling me that something's wrong, that I stink. So I've made these adjustments. Let me go back out. You go back out, head back to your meeting that was postponed. And the first few people you cross paths with, you say, excuse me, it's like you see some lady sitting at a table. He's like, I'm on my way to a new date with a new lady, and I'm trying a new cologne today, ladies. Can y'all check my little cologne out real quick and tell me if it's okay? Real quick while I'm on my way. I don't want to go there and it's either too strong or it don't smell good or whatever. And the ladies check you out and they go, ooh, that smells good. Yeah, you good? Yeah, all right. And then, okay, you say, oh, okay. And you walk away from those ladies or some other people, you make up something, you get that done. And you go, you confirm that you're not stinking anymore. The people, nobody's finding you that you stink anymore. Okay, so you good. So you go on to your meeting and everything, get that done. You come back home and you sit down and you go, man, what the hell was wrong? Okay, something was wrong. At first, people were telling me I stink. Then afterwards, when I changed my clothes, took a shower, put on a different cologne, people told me I was good. I smelled good. Okay. Well, what are the options? One, I could have stank. Maybe my soap didn't work and my shower didn't take a good enough shower. Maybe I was stinking. My body was stinking. I don't believe that, but maybe that's one option. It could have been my clothes. Where them clothes at? Go get that bag. Go, nah, wait a minute. I got to wait till my sinuses clear up. So I'm going to leave these clothes in this bag until my sinuses clear up. So then I can try to see if it was my clothes. And I know where the cologne is. I'm going to set that over here on the table. And when my sinuses clear up, I'm going to check the cologne and my clothes and see what's going on. Then you taking some medicine. Several days later, Kevin, your sinuses clear up. And you go, man, it was really bothering you. It's like, that was crazy. And you go back and you go start to pull that bag of that business suit that everybody told you stank in. You go to pull that off, and the closer you get to it, all of a sudden that skunk smell starts to hit you. Okay? Boom. You're like, oh, what is that? Oh my God. Yeah. Everybody was trying to not only inform you, but trying to be helpful to you. Number one, by telling you stank, that something was wrong with you. And even more importantly, your stink was affecting everybody around you. Okay? Your stink was affecting everybody around you. Badly. Okay? So, now you know. Kevin, now you know. You're like, where did this stink come from? Whether you were able to figure out it was from a skunk or not, you know for sure it's something with your clothes. Take them to the cleaners, whatever, burn them, whatever you got to do. Okay? And that's what black people for over 400 years and other minorities for less time than that have been telling y'all white people. White people, y'all stink. With white supremacy and racism, discrimination, white privilege, y'all stink. Is it y'all fault? Y'all got sprayed with the skunk stank of the white supremacy and racism of y'all groups, y'all people groups history? No. But people telling y'all, pointing it out to y'all, pointing out white privilege, etc., white supremacy, they're not attacking you. They're identifying and pointing out something that y'all, or you, Meet Kevin, need to change, need to adjust, need to learn and understand so you can adjust or make changes. So you can be conscious of it. Why? Because if you don't make any adjustments or changes, you're just going to continue to stink, Kevin, or white people, with white supremacy or white racism. And you're really holding on to it, like I said before, because why? Most white people have and are benefiting from it. So y'all really trying to hold on to it. There's a lot of white people that know. And that's the whole reason why they hold on to it. This, we good. Ain't changing nothing. Oh, buddy, I got the good life. And I'm going to keep it that way. Can you say white privilege? Okay. Again, you receive it as an attack instead of help or helpful information or information for improvement. Okay. Especially when there's something wrong, white family, that you've done and are doing that's hurting other people. Okay? When that's happening, depending on the level of hurt, another quick note, if it raises to the level of like slavery and those, nothing really raises to that level, but like with the immigrants, there was a report recently put out how the government and Biden were negotiating paying immigrants, families who were separated at the border by Trump policies, paying them reparations basically for being separated. Okay, I don't have in theory, a major problem with that. They were injured, they were hurt, they were harmed. Okay, what about black people in slavery? Those reparations still to this day have never been paid. Okay? Now, understand this, white people and Kevin. White supremacy, racism, and discrimination and white privilege, all balled up together, is one of, if not the greatest satanic evils in world history. And it's still in effect to this day. Okay? This is why some companies, some people, in addition to black people, are continuing to point this out to y'all. Right? Again, like I said, most white people are pre-programmed to receive all white supremacy and historical facts and info as personal attacks. Y'all got sprayed with the white supremacy history skunk. Y'all didn't do it, but y'all got sprayed with it. So y'all stink. It's not y'all fault, but y'all still stink. Because that smell y'all walk around with is normal for y'all. That stink of white supremacy, white privilege, white racism, that's y'all norm. Okay? So, in closing, it will be the best and the wisest decision, the decision that shows intelligence, is for y'all to respond, learn, develop your understanding, and start to make adjustments and changes to what you as an individual are doing. Okay? And when black people point out instances and situations of systematic racism, okay, we change laws, pass new policies, and punish people who are doing and practicing the systematic racism immediately. You make those changes. To give you one quick example, there was a recent report where a black couple were looking to sell a home, and they had their home appraised by a white appraiser, and their home appraised hundreds of $1,000s lower than what they knew the real value of their home was. So then they turned around a couple weeks later, got a white friend of theirs to act or pretend as if their home belonged to the white friend of theirs. They removed all pictures and evidence that a black family lived in that home, put up some white pictures of her, their friend or whatever, and had their home reappraised, and it appraised hundreds of thousands of dollars greater than the original appraisal. That is systematic white supremacy in action. Okay? So once the couple has the written documents showing the differences in their appraisals, y'all look up the article, Google it, it'll pop up. That's systematic white supremacy. And that first appraisal and appraisal company, they have to be sued, delicensed, and dealt with immediately. That's the only way you begin to chip away and stop systematic white supremacy and racism. Okay? Now, in closing, like I said, Kevin, I'm a subscriber. I believe you do a great job with the area of information that you have expertise in regards to investments, real estate investments, things of that nature. I'm a subscriber. I will, at least for now, I will continue to be a subscriber because I don't believe I've been a subscriber for quite some time, and I've heard your responses to a lot of different topics and whatnot. I'm aware that you attempted to run for to be an elected official. I think it was governor of California, I believe. I watched that happen, and I would have, up till now, I would have voted for you. But that's the other note that I want to let you know, meet Kevin, or Kevin Pathrath. With this video that you just dropped, most minorities, most black people will never vote for you ever again. Because you showed your hand. You showed your white privilege. Okay? In regards to this woke response to this woke information that Home Depot put out. You put it right on display. You saw it, you read it, and it pissed you off so much because it's so much your norm and it's such an immediate attack reaction. Boom, you just did a video. You didn't think about it. You didn't seek any wise counsel just to be sure that you have the right perspective. Okay? You just jumped out there. So I'm trying to help you out. Help me help you. Okay? Also, the fact that you did that. You didn't seek any counsel. A wise man seeks and keeps wise counsel around them, especially in information and areas that they have no expertise in. Okay? Most white people have zero expertise in identifying white supremacy, racism, white privilege, and all that. Y'all don't. Why? Because it's normal for y'all. It's y'all normal environment. There's nothing wrong. Everybody keep moving on, go on your way. Everything's normal. Okay? So when issues, let's say going forward, when issues of dealing with racism, white supremacy, white privilege, etc., when those things arise in your life, again, the best move, the wise move would be for you to seek wise counsel first. Go talk to some black people. Don't only take a few. Some black people that will really tell you the truth. Like I'm telling you. Okay, because there's a lot of black people that you might have around you for whatever reason, sellouts or whatever, they might not really want to tell you the whole truth about how you're feeling about this little woke information that Home Depot put out. But go ahead, let them explain it to you if you got them around you. If you don't, that's another error that a lot of white people are making, Kevin. They actually don't have any type of connection or friendship or connection or anything with black people or any black people that will actually tell them the truth, that aren't afraid to tell them the truth. You know, they just co-sign pretty much everything you say and you do because they want to take advantage for some reason or other to be around you, and they don't want to offend you. Okay, not those kind of black people. Now, in your election videos, when you were running, you had no problem walking up and interviewing just black people, homeless people right on the street. And I thought that was great. Get your mic, go out on the street and ask some black people about this. You know, how do they feel? What do they think about white people getting angry about this Home Depot information about white privilege that was put out? Just black people you don't even know. It ain't gonna take but asking a few of them, and you're gonna get this exact same, in their own words, response and explanation. Okay? So, lastly, to answer your question, how does white people learning about and being reminded about white privilege, white supremacy, racism, discrimination, how does that help black people? I'm going to give it to you. Come here. Nice and close. Listen. As white people learn about white supremacy and race, the history of racism in the world, as well as here in the U.S., as they accept it, as they then understand it and decide each individually to say, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to look out for situations where I might be, or I'm going to do everything I can to avoid it. I'm going to have people around me, I'm going to check, hey, was that, a little racist of me, what I said or what I did? That wasn't racist. It wasn't, I'm going to escalate my sensitivity. I just want to make sure that I'm not being racist in any way, and you learn those idiosyncrasies. Okay. The more you learn, you're going to have a list, a repository that says, okay, these things are racist to say and do. Okay. These things support and promote systematic white supremacy. I'm going to avoid this list of things. I'm going to do things that I can do, that I have the power to do as an individual, as a co-worker, as a manager, as a company owner, government official, whatever the case may be. I'm going to fight and come up with ways to eliminate that. Those racist and white supremacist things. Okay? Then that's when you're on the right track. Okay? And you are making the changes or adjustments to make sure you don't stink. Okay? Got it? By doing that, one by one, each white person doing that, that is the remedy to actually stop racism, white supremacy, discrimination. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of white people think black people are supposed to do something or suggest black people are supposed to do something that stops it. We're not doing it. We didn't start it. We don't do it. We're not doing it. We're not in the positions of power throughout the U.S. and the world to actually practice it. Now, yeah, there's some black people that are prejudiced, and I still haven't gotten an answer to this. There's a lot of black people that hate white people in general, to be perfectly honest. But what word do you call that? It's not hate. What do you call the hate that hate made? What do you call that? It's not hate. I don't know what that word is. For example, if somebody walks up to you and assaults you and punches you dead in your face out of the blue, that's an attack. That's assault, right? If you respond by busting them dead back in their face and knocking them out, that's a different word. That's called self-defense. Well, America, white supremacy, white people walked up to black people and punched us dead in the face with slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, murders, kills, hangings, lynchings. You go down the list. Stealing our land, our resources, not paying reparations for the things that the wealth that they stole, just hit us dead in the face. So there's a lot of black people that everywhere place they can, they swing back. Bah! They don't hesitate. They punch back. Right? Is that assault because they punched back? No, that's called self-defense. Check yourself, white people, white family, before you wreck yourself. Okay? So, I'm going to get off here. I didn't mean for this video response to be this long. I was trying to get it in, but I got it in my spirit, and the spirit was just speaking through me, y'all. So, y'all, let me know what you think. Please go check out his video first. Watch it, and then come watch this response video. I'm doing it to help this dude out. You know, I think this guy's kind of maybe an all right guy. I'm a subscriber. This is the first kind of instance that I've seen. You know, he just showed his whole ass when it came to being mad about what he called the woke Home Depot report and information. All right. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please like, share, and subscribe. I normally don't do this or response videos, but I felt the spirit on this one. So I wanted to go ahead and get with it. So it is what it is. Let's chop it up in the comments. And this concludes this broadcast of One Brothas Mind. Thank you for joining us. And as a part of the new black media, B1 choices are mandatory and being on code is required. So never fear. Yeshua the Christ is with you always. Shalom.